never heard of a killer? I drop bombs like Hiroshima.
Somebody said, look at LeakYou video. What the fuck is LeakYou? Is it like a site? What's LeakYou? LeakYou. Is it a YouTube channel? Oh, shit. Oh, all right, bet. Here we go.
Shout out to the LeakYou community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
Ooh-wee. Hello, everybody. How are you? I have Mrs. Global Enterprise. Wait a minute. Let me get this right. Global Entertainment Enterprise in the building, everyone. I have an exclusive interview here with Global Empire Entertainment. I have so many questions. I'm so glad to have you here. I've actually been really looking forward to this interview.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you well, Mama Global.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have been so looking forward to this. I am sharing it out now with the Empire, and I have been waiting. Actually, I've been waiting on this for years, but I had to wait my turn. I understand.
Hey. Oh, yeah. It is amazing to have you on today. I want to know all about you. That's where I really want to start. Like, tell me a little about Mama Global. Who is Mama Global?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I've done this so many times, so it's easy to remember. But I'm just a simple little girl that grew up on the south side of Chicago, the Wild Hundreds to be exact. I grew up surrounded by music. I traveled the country. I traveled the world. I came back to my hood, as they say, and it's been up ever since.
Wow. Wow. Like, do you want to tell anyone like what you do for a living? Is it your work that has you traveling all over the world?
Well, actually, no. Well, yes, now, but back then, at 16, I used to see a lot of different countries and books in school, and I always said, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, and I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I believe in manifesting. And I also believe in prayer. And so I always knew that I would travel the world. And so I started, I'm going to say about 21 to 23, I started traveling. God allowed me to travel. And so, but that was, it happened ironically because my ex, he traveled a lot. And so I was with him during his travels, right? And so, so every place I said I wanted to go, I got to go. Every place I saw in the book, I said, oh, I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to Isla Mujeres. I want to go to Chichen Itza. I want to go to Germany. I want to go to Holland. And I actually was able to go all of those places. And so what I learned back then as a young, in my young, vibrant 20s is that there was so much more to life than just my city. And I said, I want to find out experiences from all over the world. What do different people eat? What do they believe? Why do they believe certain things?
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
only way I thought I could find out is if I actually sat down at the table with different peoples, and I was fortunate enough to do that in my 20s. Um, and it was a hard time as well because it was during Desert Storm, and we were on a
Wow.
refueling base. Yeah, we were on a refueling base, and that's when I started seeing things, and that's when, now that I look back in retrospect, why I was drawn to your channels is because I saw a lot of things on a military basis that didn't make any sense, and we weren't allowed to talk about it. Our mail was censored, so we couldn't write home and tell people what we were seeing. And so I started
Really?
saying, yeah, yeah.
How
And
long have
I
you been
started,
watching me, Mama Global?
oh gosh, years, years
Are
upon
you
years. And
serious? You've been
I
watching me
kid,
that long?
I kid you not. The kind of person that I am is I will watch and watch and watch, and no one will even know that I've been watching. And that's for a purpose because, people sometimes they will show you what they want you to see. But if people don't change, then that means that they're authentic and they believe in what they're speaking about. You see what I'm saying? And so I kept running into you in different sectors, and I said, let me see what you got. And then I started going to your different channels, and I said, well, she really knows what she's talking about because I've actually
Thank
seen
you.
these things that she's talking about. And I remember, I don't, I'm just going to come out and say it, but I remember certain airplanes that I thought were airplanes that made no sense. I had never seen any of these things before. They
Right.
would land without a sound.
Oh
They
gosh.
would,
Yeah.
yeah, they would cover the whole base. Like I was so petrified during that time that,
Mhm.
I mean, literally, I became catatonic. And a lot of people don't know that, but I did. I became
Wow.
catatonic because I was afraid. A lot of the women on the bases were afraid because we didn't know what we were witnessing. Well, as I started doing more and more research and then I started talking about things, I realized that, and I go back to Nikola Tesla. Um, uh, I'll put it this way: the higher ups, they use a
Mhm.
lot of energy. They use a lot of devices that were created from Nikola Tesla, as well as I do believe, and I know this for a fact as well, that from some people call it ETs, extraterrestrials. I call them interterrestrials because they've always been here since the
Or
beginning of time.
interdimensional beings, right? I mean,
Exactly, exactly.
dimensions
And
are right on top of each other like blankets, and they have the ability to come into ours. We just haven't figured out how to get into theirs.
I also believe that sometimes maybe they're not even on top. Sometimes it's hard to explain, but
They
during
could
that
be coming from the
military,
bottom.
exactly, during that military time, so many things started opening up. I had so many questions. I had to start asking questions, questions, questions like, what did I see? Why did I see that? Why are we
Mhm.
not allowed to talk about that? And so that's what drew me to your channels is that I was hearing everything that I had been seeing for so
Mm.
long. But before that, after that, I came back to the US and then I got back into music. And so that is how we first started off as Global Family around 2017. And then we morphed into Global Empire Entertainment Media because it was no longer a family. It was a huge empire, but it was built from so many different countries. It wasn't just me. I can say that I had the seed, but others they watered my seeds. And
Right,
so it
right.
was, yeah, it was created by so many different countries, so many different artists, musicians, entrepreneurs, so on, radio hosts, everyone. And so that's why I had to change. I had to evolve with where we were going. We could no longer just be a little family. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And is that how Global Fire Magazine came to be? Your
Actually,
magazine
yes.
venture?
Let me tell you, I was always looking for creative ways to highlight, everyone that I was coming across, whether they were mainstream or whether they were underground. That includes the actors in the fields, the music field, I mean, the movie fields and
Mhm.
radio. So I said, I need something to take us to the next level. Okay, and this is when I actually started the Global Family, and then I started on radio. So I started doing my radio shows on different outlets, Spotify, Deezer, just like you, iHeart, and so forth, because
Mhm.
I had morphed from doing just Facebook Lives and playing the music and then realizing,
Right.
okay, that was going to be censored. So I'd be, dancing and everything to the music. But then the next day, you can't hear any of the music. And so I
Yeah.
realized, why is it I can hear some of the music and not others? Well, because of copyrights and because some of the artists, they knew about paperwork and others didn't. So I started learning so much more about the music industry. So I said, okay, the next logical step is to go to radio. So after we got established on radio, I said, what's next? I've always tried to push us, where can we go next? Where can we go
Mhm.
next? And that's how we ended up with the magazine. The magazine actually has only been in existence about 1.5 years. And people are amazed.
Wow, that's pretty good though for a year and a half to have a magazine still in existence.
Well, you know what? Honestly, and I can tell the truth about it. I have a co-editor from Australia. His name is Danny Joel. We started out together when I started Global Family. He had started 25L Records, and he wanted an international label with artists from all over the world. He said, "Can you help me?" I said, "I'm going to try." I was in the music really heavy. So what I
Right.
did is I started promoting his label. And since I'm going to say about 6 years ago, that's when and it wasn't just me, it was others as well, but I was one of his head promoters. And now he has international mixtapes all over the world. I mean, he's opened doors
Wow.
for, yeah, he's opened doors for U.S. artists, New Zealand artists, Australian, Africa, it's so many countries. It's amazing. And he told me, he said, I need you to find me the best of the best. I know you can
Mm.
do it. And that's what I did. I started scouting great music from every city, every country. And
Wow.
before you, yeah. And what happens is, if you play artists from, let's say, Australia, and they
Mhm.
know that they're going to be played, then they will bring other Australian artists. You see how that works, right?
Right.
Right. So that's what I started doing. I started bringing him the best of the best. Now he's
Wow.
won, yeah, he's won, I don't know how many awards. And like I said, we literally started the same time. We started from the dirt, as we call it, from ground zero. We had
From the
nothing, no
mud.
devices. Yeah, from the mud. We had no devices. We had phones, but we had visions. And
Mhm.
so from that, I said, well, okay, when I got to starting editing the magazines, I said, I need help. It's way too big for one person. That's when he started co-editing for me. So now we have an Australian magazine, and we have our U.S. and international magazine, and now we're starting the Chicago Fire magazine. So it's been a
Wow.
journey.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. Like, that's a
It
big
it
deal.
is. But you know what?
Congratulations.
I thank you so much. You know what? I'm so humble. I'm funny. I'm crazy. I'm sort of like crazy, sexy, cool. The group. Like it's so many facets, and I call it pieces of me. Like Ledisi has a song, Pieces of Me. And when
Right.
people think that they've figured me out, then I come back as a new person because there's so many facets within us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever want any of my people to get stagnated or to feel as though I'm not growing. So what can I have to offer to them? And
That's
so, right. So I started, I'm going to tell you why got into YouTube. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I am so ready.
Okay. I knew a young lady. She was known by Ashe Divine. She's now Cynthia Rose.
I've heard of
right?
her. Yeah, I've heard of
Yes.
her.
So we come from the same city.
Okay.
I think that we were both following carbonation, melanation at the time, right? So
Oh,
we
so
were.
you're familiar with carbonation.
I'll
Okay.
I'll tell you about
All right.
Chief Eligio. I have so
Oh my
many
gosh.
stories, but so she says, well, why don't you come over to YouTube? I want to introduce you to a few people. I said, okay, sure. One of the very first people that I met on YouTube was Uncle Black. My very first or second magazine, I put Uncle Black in the magazine because he was a wealth of knowledge when it came to music. You know, and everyone said, wow, I remember him from Chronic Magazine. I said, yeah, this is how, this is the night that Biggie died. This is the night that Tupac died,
Right.
and then, right. And so he started telling stories about, interviewing the greats, the legends, some that are not with us anymore. So
Wow.
I met Uncle Black, and then I started meeting more and more and more. So my very first interview, you will not believe this, and I don't know if you know this, but it was with T.S., Mr. Mr. Sotomayor.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now,
Wow.
let me tell you how that went. This was a fluke. Okay, this was a fluke. I was in his chat, right? And then he was speaking about another content creator. I call him Little Feet.
Got
So,
it.
right. And so someone said, interview Little Feet. I said, okay, I really don't know these guys that much, but I will. So I think it was Littlefoot's first. But as I interviewed him, I got a really urgent call. Someone in my family had gotten into a car accident. And so I had to cut the interview short. Now, some of
Ooh.
these interviews are on other outlets. That's why a lot of people don't know about them, right?
Right.
And so I told him, I said, I'm sorry, I owe you a part two, but my family member is, he got into an accident. I have to go out, but I promise you a part two. So then that's when someone said, I don't know if someone said or if that was Tommy that said, let me tell you who he really is. So then I said, okay, I set up an interview with him. That was, I'm going to say about 2 or 3 hours long. I'm not sure. But it was hilarious. It was funny. It didn't go over well with Littlefoot because he got upset and he thought that, that I had went over and it was a setup or something. I said, no, this is who, he wanted to tell his side. And so
Right.
after that, I got a 5 hour, I kid you not, a 5 hour live dedicated to me from Littlefoot. He cursed me. He talked about my family. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I had never seen anything like this. I didn't even know it. And someone had recorded it and sent it to me. And they did a commentary on it. And here's the thing, and I learned from my mistakes every time. I told him personal information about someone in my family, and he used it against me. So once he did that, I just went balls out. I started acting like a damn fool. Oh my God. I mean, I was doing video after video after video. I'm like, no, you're not going to get away with it. Of course, it went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so I'm like, no, this is not worth it. I can't do this. Like,
Right.
what have I gotten myself into? And so, yeah. And so I fell out with a few content creators. for
It
different
happens.
reasons.
It
Yeah, for
happens.
different reasons. Sometimes, it depends on like if we're vibing or not vibing. One thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get on social media and tell all my business anymore. Like, okay, I fell out with this person because of that. It's nobody's business. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So I try to rectify a lot of the wrongs that I did. And I did make mistakes. I
We
made a
all do.
lot of mistakes. Yeah.
Sure.
But you have to learn and you have to do better. Now,
Yeah.
am I messy? Yeah, sometimes I'm still messy. I'm not going to lie. I'm human. I like to laugh. Sometimes you have to laugh at things,
Yeah.
and that's how I get through some of the things that I've had to go through. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've had to apologize to people because I felt convicted. My spirit was convicting me. I shouldn't have done so and so. You know, yeah.
Right.
So that is how I came to YouTube, and what I do now. It's strictly for the magazine, but I told everyone when I first came over to YouTube, I'm on a mission. I got caught up though. You see what I'm saying? I got
It
caught up in
happens
the
to
people.
it happens to the best of us. Global, Mama
Yeah,
Global. It really does. It
yeah.
happens to the best of us. It's happened to
Yeah.
me. I mean, look how many subscribers I have. If I was to count all the subs I have
Oh my God.
across the internet, I'm close to 200,000 subscribers
I
on
was
all
just
my
about to
platforms.
say. I was just about to say
But they
200,000. Yeah.
Yeah, easy. And it still happens to me. I don't even know how I managed to get 200,000 followers, but in the
Mm,
last 5 years, it's happened. I just
mm,
built a page up, Mama Global, for police brutality to expose it. Specifically
mm.
videos. I within 3 months, 10,000 followers on it. And I know it has a lot to do with the
Wow.
name Leak You being on it, but still, I mean, people
Mhm.
know me for that. People know me for police brutality, true crime, paranormal, aliens, the strangeness of the world, right? And I
Mhm.
am so flattered that you've been watching me for that many years. I had no idea. There's a lot of people that watch me, famous, not famous. I have no clue who some of them are. Some of them I do, and
Mhm.
there's some really well-known people that watch me. It surprises me daily. And it's the
You know,
same for you, I
yeah.
suspect.
Well, with me, I didn't really push my social media a lot after certain things happened in the sectors, and I realized that I was putting the people that I love in jeopardy. But
Mm,
even if you're a public figure, it's still going to happen. So
that's right.
I had to deal with the good, with the bad, but I didn't push. Like I said, I did not push my social media a lot. If I had, but then again, I work on a lot of cases as well, and I try to keep them, away from certain sectors because just like you, I also deal with, activism with police, cases with abused women, children, so on and so forth. And so a lot of times I will just disappear for months if I'm working on certain cases because my focus has to be on helping the people. Now, can I help all the people? As much as I can, but
Right.
you know, I cannot stay with one family or one individual. I have to keep moving and I have to tell as many stories as I can or allow them to get their cases out there in the general public. And sometimes, it doesn't go over good. Sometimes it does. But at least, and that's another reason why the magazine is becoming so successful is because people now have a voice. And I've heard from a lot of the victims' families, those that are unalived, they've forgotten about my son or my daughter. It was
Right.
big news. It was headline news 4 years ago. And now nothing, just like Kanika's mother, I
Yes.
am her a lot. And now, and I had to let the mothers know we haven't forgot. We're not going to let anyone forget because to forget, it will happen again.
That's right. It
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? how do you deal with, being a vlogger, being someone who, your life's mission is essentially to get the truth out, and how do you deal with that when you have negativity coming your way? What's your strategy in dealing with that?
I have to, and I've told some of the mothers and families this too. I have to build up a wall because the stories are so they're so incredibly hard at times that if I don't build up a shell or a wall, then I would literally fall apart, you
Oh God,
know.
I know.
And so
Yeah.
right, and so that's what I had to do. I had to flip into, editor mode. Take your
Mm.
feelings out of this. Get out. What happened? Okay. And sometimes I may come off a little, uncaring, but they know why. Because there are a lot of times when I would get off of, interviewing or editing and just cry for hours and hours. I still have nightmares. That's how bad it is, with some of our people that are incarcerated, that have been incarcerated, some of our revolutionaries that have been incarcerated
In a
unjustly,
for-profit
unfairly.
system.
Exactly. Exactly. And so,
Prisons are
you
for
know,
profit, period, especially in the state of Texas. It is pathetic. They
oh
are
my
for
God,
profit.
I have two cases that I've been working on that come from Texas, and that is one of the biggest trafficking states. And
Yes, it
there's so
is.
many, yeah, there's so many coming out. And like I tell everyone, I'm not ignoring you. I have hundreds of cases. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I have to, take my time with each one. I let them know I'm going to interview you. I'm going to put you on the radio. We're going to put you in the magazine. We're going to keep rotating these stories as much as possible, but I cannot be there every day because it's too
It's
much. You
impossible.
know, it really, really is. It is.
I mean,
It
that's
is.
just
But
realistic.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So let me
Mhm.
ask you if, um, let's say that you had like a brochure of the things
Mhm.
that you um, are passionate about, that you vlog about, that you want to bring attention to, that you
Mhm.
seek truth in. Tell me, what are the top 5 topics that you have a passion for, that you will vlog about at any given time, right? I mean, you know me, it's aliens, true
Yes.
crime, police brutality. What would I would say, give me 3 to 5 topics that are passionate to you, that if someone is listening to us and had some issue, not to say you can
Mhm.
necessarily help them, but what would be
Mhm.
those topics for you?
The first one, of course, would be justice. Justice for those that cannot find justice. A lot of times they may give up. I try to motivate them, never give up. There's an answer out there. We just have to uncover it and find the answer. So that's one. The second is, of course, family. I could vlog about families, about family life, about children, grandchildren, and so forth forever. You
Mm,
know. Next would be music. Music from
mm.
everyone that I've met, over years to till today, and some that are coming in the future, who to look out for. Uh,
Yes.
let's see what else. The
You heard of
movie industry.
Moonchild?
I'm
Moonchild?
sorry.
Have you heard of
Moon.
Moonchild?
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind. I was going to say that is somebody definitely up and coming. I love her music,
Oh my
but yeah,
God.
go ahead.
You.
That's that neo soul music,
Neo Soul.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love one of my all time is Star Rock, of course. Star
Mm,
Rock. That's the
yeah.
goddess herself. No. Let's see. Next is um, generational wealth building, leaving
Oh,
a
yes.
legacy for the next generation. That should come as number two, actually. But um, teaching our people, that's my last one, is teaching. I love teaching on different topics. So
Mm-hmm.
my channels are so diverse. You may learn about we're going to be teaching about the stock market.
Oh,
Um,
that's critical.
yeah, how did we get into the stock market? How to gauge what is it? What are you looking at when you're looking at the graphs or the S&P or the mini or the micro?
Mm-hmm.
How can you gauge what to put money into and why? Because I always say, if you watch the stock market, you can see what's going on with the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Hmm.
actually have been trading stocks and stock options even. I got into even doing options I've done pretty good with it, but I'm not a
Oh wow.
crazy trader at all. But I
Yeah.
spent probably 2 to 3 years learning about it. And,
Hmm.
I'll leave it at that. But
I got you. Yeah.
people need to learn about it. The key to making money is watch what the white man does. Watch how
You know
they
what?
do their money, right? It's the truth.
Yes.
I mean,
I
we've
have.
got people that
Yeah.
are car salesmen living in $2.5 million homes. How can I get that piece of the pie? So, those are the thoughts that go through my mind. And it's not that I'm greedy, it's just that I want my
Mhm.
piece of the pie. And if I have the intelligence to do it, then why not? I give.
Of course. Of course. And honestly, um, we're going to be doing classes soon, me and my
Mm,
broker, but we're going to be telling people why the market is doing what it's doing.
yeah.
Who's in charge? Really, who's in charge?
Mm-hmm.
Who runs the market? I had one. I knew one trader, right? He was so incredibly talented. Then it was time for him um, to sit with the big boys, right?
Oh, yeah.
They said no because you make us too much money. You're our golden goose.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is such an old boys club,
Yes.
and and I'm going to start doing a lot more teaching, but it's a lot that goes behind it. And put it this way, they can make it go any way they want to at any time.
Hey, and guess what? They bet when it's going up and they bet when it's going down. I remember when
Mhm.
Bitcoin blew up, but I've known about Bitcoin since the beginning because I'm a techie. I remember,
Mhm.
when it was created. To this day, no one knows
Mm.
the real creator of Bitcoin, although we know, but we don't know. And even if we did, we wouldn't
Mhm.
tell. But
Mhm.
I remember just listening to what we call whales, those with a lot of money, a lot of Bitcoin.
Mhm.
And you
Mhm.
should have heard them in all of the scams and things. I would hear them betting on the price action as it went up, betting on it as it went down. It's called calls and puts, right? Or
Mhm.
shorting. Shorting's a little bit more, it's a lot more intense than a
Mhm.
put. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But I want to just first just say, hey, thanks to everybody in the chat. We got a pretty good audience here, and I'm streaming everywhere. We're streaming to Twitter, Twitch, as well as Facebook. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to kind of go into another topic, Mama Global, if that's okay
Mhm.
with you.
Of course.
All right. I want to talk a little bit about,
Oh God.
you already
That
know,
laugh,
right?
that laugh. I have a feeling this is called the messy hour, correct? The messy hour.
Hey, we're 34 minutes in. Absolutely.
I
It's time
got
to
you.
talk about Israel doctrine. All right, a few things. First of all, so, all right. There was a
Yes.
situation. Now, let me just be very clear here. I met Mama Global, when she canceled her interview with Israel Doctrine. Okay, that's when I
Mhm.
met her.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, apparently, this is the story Israel Doctrine. I call him Pizzy, aka Pizrael Doctrine. Shout out to Khalil Amani, who is also in the chat.
Hello,
He,
peace, peace.
yes, yes, salute. So, Pisriel, basically, he said that you all had set up an interview, right? And the night, and I guess the day before, the night that you set up this interview with him, somehow you came across a video live I was doing, and we had discovered some things in a live stream that he had done, which included I'm going to be very cool about this because I want this to be PG, an act of a sexual nature with his niece. And then later on, which we didn't catch this at first, he then admits to watching what we call CP. You can take a guess what that is. It involves children.
Yes,
and he described the video to us about a young girl receiving a band-fold, a lollipop, and then something else. And the thing was, he said he watched it on the internet. Then he tried to come back and say he was a little kid when he did it, but the internet did not exist when he was a little kid. So, I mean, he got really caught up in his lies. And then what killed it, Mama Global, is then Tara's info for you. One of Nicole Reloaded's, hey Dolly, one of Nicole Reloaded's moderators found a link that he had posted for months back that linked to CP or potential CP, because you couldn't tell what the lady looked like. So it seemed like and so that's all what happened, right? But it seems like when you heard about the incident with the niece, and I remember you dropping in my chat, and you dropped down and you were like, I just scheduled an interview with this guy.
Oh my God. Wait, I'm going to tell you.
Tell us from your side how that happened.
Okay. I'm going to tell you how God wakes me up at the oddest hours. And says,
now keep in mind, he claims that me and Khalil Amani threatened your life, Mama Global. I swear. He said I threatened. No, first he said Khalil threatened your life. And then he said about 2 or 3 days ago that I threatened your life and threatened to kill you if you went through with the interview.
Okay. Remember I said that I do a lot of interviews. I do them on different outlets, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I had pre-interviewed him. I don't know if it was a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever.
And he dropped that the other day because he's seen me schedule this interview with you, but I'm sorry to interrupt. I'll be quiet now.
No, that's okay. The reason why I do that is because I like to keep these interviews. I knew him by Carl Albert, right? And then I found out, okay, you're Israel Doctrine. Why do they call you Israel Doctrine, right? The reason why I was, kind of fascinated is because of the story that he had been, covering. And I had covered that story as well. Me and Ashe and others, Cynthia Rose now. And so we were very familiar with that case. And so, okay, now let me see what this is about. So I interviewed him, but on another outlet, but I never put it in the magazine, right? I said, I'm just going to hold on to this. But like I said, sometimes that inner voice will stop you from doing things and you don't even know why. So I was about to interview him. And then something said, go on the internet, go to this channel. And I'm like, wait, okay, what is she talking about? Oh my God, like what the heck? And then I had forgotten that I even interviewed him on another outlet because I do so many interviews that no one will ever even know about unless they, they may record it. But if I don't put it on all of my outlets, that just means I got it on ice for a certain reason. And so when I started listening to your conversation, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, we didn't hear nothing about this. What the hell? And so that's when I think the sequence he had went on to Lady Snoops. I was sitting back. I said, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that something's not right. I'm just letting you know here. And sure enough, she found out, unfortunately, That was an epic live when he.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Oh
so
my
glad I
gosh.
was able to get that last part. That was insane when he mooned the
But you
audience.
know what?
Like,
It really wasn't to me because it falls in character. If you say some of the things you do, if everyone is a government agent,
mm,
everybody, and I even said, now if he says Snoop is a government agent, okay, let's see how long this is going to take. And sure enough, now Snoop is a government agent after he shows his derriere, his gluteus
mm-hmm.
maximus. I said, yeah, he's kind of crazy. Not even a little. But then, but we were all laughing afterwards, like we tried to warn you. We really tried to warn you, but it that
Snoop had
spirit
no
is just.
idea, though. I mean,
She
she had no
didn't.
idea he was
Yeah,
going to do that. And I mean, and then they
yeah.
started like going attacking her, and they still do. He made like 50 videos on her,
My God.
making all these claims, and it's like, dude, get off the gas. You don't have no clue what's really going on. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And you completely I don't know what benefit he got from doing that, honestly.
You know what? It.
Except for people, a few more clicks and views. But honestly, let's be real. He didn't even get 100 views. He didn't even get 1,000 views on any of his videos that he did after that. It was absolutely pointless. And that's why I always tell people it is better if you seek positive support, not negative.
Well, I think that, like I said before, clout chasing is real out here.
Yes,
You
it's an
know,
epidemic.
and certain sectors, they are closed to the public. I've already said that. They
Hmm.
know who their tribe is. Outsiders, you can look, you can comment, but you have to know how to show up at someone's home. You see what I'm saying? And I think of the different sectors as different homes. You got
And
to
the beef
wipe your
sector's the
feet.
same way.
Right. You have to wipe your feet first. You have to show respect first to the host, then to the moderators, then to the chat. So
That's
whenever
right.
I come into anyone's virtual home, I'm always going to address the host, address the moderators, and the chat. I know how to step in correctly. And then if I'm not feeling the conversation or whatever, I just won't say anything. I'll just remove myself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so
Yeah.
I and now I saw that he's putting, putting sentences in certain chats and trying to get everyone's the crowd to move to his channel. But
Did you
what
see
people don't.
that?
Yes, I
So
did.
you so
Yes, I
you
did.
seen him yesterday going around to different chats, dropping my name in them, lying on me, and in an effort to try to get people to come over to his platform to hear his nonsense.
Well, here's the thing.
Like, I
Most
don't
most of
understand why he lied on me. Like, Israel, leave me alone, man. Stop
well,
lying, man. Hey, Itzy.
most of most of the sectors already know who you are. So you're welcome in a lot of the sectors.
You're
So they
correct.
already knew, right? They already knew you. The moderators always do their research. If someone new steps in, like, okay, who is this person? Let me go to their channel. And as the host is going on with their show, the moderators are doing the background. Okay, let me go to their channel. Okay, are they cool? What are they coming to? Okay, who's their enemy? So on and so forth. And so when I saw the comments in the different, you know, the different content creators chat rooms, I knew right then. I said they're going to first they're going to embarrass you, and then or they're going to totally ignore you, and they're going
Mm-hmm.
to block you. The moderators do not play those type of let me put my info out there. Not don't, you don't even come in and address the host
Oh,
or
it's the rudest
anything.
thing you could ever do is to drop in someone's chat and try to steal their live viewers to tell them to come over to your platform. That's something that'll get somebody actually blocked in in my channel, in my chat.
And
I've told
and
people
what
that before. It's a rule of mine.
But you see, it was very elementary when he kept saying, "Oh, she says she's the queen of the beach. She says she's the queen of." He never said that. Everyone knows that. So that
And
was
it was
lie
his
number one.
queen. It was his queen giving him the names of the people to go to drop this in their chat. So, I mean, she's sitting there and she was in there typing too, asking, like, for example, read the heart of Philadelphia. Is LeakYou the queen of the beef sector? Like, this lady used to be in my community and she knows I'm not a part of the beef sector. So why are you lying on me? They just want to get stuff started and make these people come against me because they feel like everyone knows me. They can't believe that anywhere I go, people know me. They treat me with respect. I treat them with respect.
Right.
And they're surprised at how many people I actually know, Miss Mama Global. They have
Right.
no clue how many people I really know out here. And that's what surprises them. I know
And
a
you
lot
know,
of content creators. I've been doing this
of
for
course,
years.
and even people that you may not even see in the chat, they're checking you out. You see, so
Yes.
it didn't work.
Mm-mm.
That was a sophomoric mistake. You know, you cannot offend channel holders trying to get your message out because
Mm-mm.
they already know why you're there. You see, so if I go into the beef sector, if I go into the black sector, if I go in, you may see me for months and then you may not see me at all. The reason why is because
That
I'm
part.
working on, right, I'm working on cases. Everyone that knows me knows two reasons. Either you've offended something that I believe in, or I'm on case, so I don't have time. So I will choose certain content creators. I will pop in for 1 second and pop out. I will
Mm-hmm.
share their video, and then I'm gone. So just letting everyone know, okay, I'm still around, okay, but they know the type of schedules that I keep. And if you don't see me for months, that does not mean that I don't rock with you, or sometimes it does. Maybe, our season is over. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
But you learn etiquette. I call it social media etiquette, and he has none.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he has none. And that is why I can go
Zero.
to any sector. I can go to any sector. Everyone has heard of Mama Global. If they see the name Global Empire, who is that? Oh, that's Mama Global.
That's
Everybody
right.
knows. Now, and they don't, sometimes they can't figure me out.
That's
And that
good.
yeah, I want to keep it that way.
That's
Because
right.
I've learned how to put on a poker face now. There are
Yeah.
only a few content creators that I really admire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I come onto your platform as a guest, I truly admire you.
Ditto. I'm the same way. I don't go on just anyone's platform ever.
Exactly,
Ever. And
exactly.
Itzy
Yes.
Zaza, just so that you know, Itzy Zaza is a subscriber, been around a long time. He's
Aww.
asking who y'all. We're talking about a man named Israel Doctrine and official truth seeker. I call her the lie seeker, the child abuser. They yesterday spent like 2 hours going from beef sector content creator to content creator to content creator, leaving comments under in either in their comments or live chat, trying to get stuff kicked off so that they could start a beef with me, saying things like, "LeakYou's the queen of the beef sector." But I'm not a member of the beef sector. I'm the queen of the LeakYou community. Okay, that's my
Right.
queendom. That's it. That's all. But we watched him do it live,
Well, that's
and he's mad at
crazy.
me
Oh
because I
my
struck him.
God.
Yeah, it was
That is
crazy, right?
so crazy.
They
I'm
were
like,
live for two
are
hours
you
doing this.
serious? Like, are you
Yes,
serious? Like,
I got it all
but
on camera. I recorded it. We live streamed behind him and everything. It's
oh my
I
gosh.
don't get it.
It,
It's
it's just
because
it's
it's
just it's just
lies.
so it's just so frigging. But I'm like this too. If you're in the home and you're broadcasting all the time, this should be your job. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? If this is your
Hmm.
job, then you should be on social media all the time. If this is not your job and you're just sitting in the house with no pants on, either on a toilet or whatever, then there's something really, really wrong because we have lives, and it's so funny that you and I were both grocery shopping yesterday. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like,
we
I'm
were.
not hey, I'm like, you're grocery shopping. Wait a minute, I'm grocery shopping too. What the heck? But then I
Yep,
realized that this is a part of, our brands, but this is not all that we have to offer.
that's right.
Show me something besides, going at one person.
Negativity. Right.
Right.
Show me more than going in, thinking that you're exposing someone when you're not. Constantly
Hmm.
making video after video, going after people. Show me some kind of content. Like, do some real content. That's not content. That's just someone turning their computer on and screaming at it
And
or
one thing
yelling
that
or lying.
yeah, one thing I like about Khalil Amani, when I started watching his channel, is he's so versatile. He's dancing, or he's out,
Oh my God,
with the
yes.
public, or he's talking about his books, or you have to give me something more. And
Hmm.
nowadays, you have to give your audience much more. You know what I'm saying? And
Speaking
so,
of,
with
keep talking. Let
yes,
me grab something.
go ahead. so, so to me, since my schedule is so full, I'm rarely on social media. I may come on for an hour and then I'm off again. But content creators that really know me, they know that I'm about that business. I'm about the magazine. And so that takes up
Oh
a
yeah.
lot. Yeah, that takes up a lot. Yeah.
This is my I would say, I mean, I've already read this through and through. I'm already on my third book already actually, but
I
um
cannot wait to order that. Oh my
oh my God.
God.
And Khalil Amani not only
Yeah.
sent this to me, all right, he signed one, each
Oh my
one.
gosh.
Okay, all
Wow.
six. There's times I'll start a live, I'll find something that I feel applies here
Wow.
and I'll read it. And there's these are just essays that he published
Mm.
in college, and I love essays. I love short stories. I love all
Yeah.
that, but to get a signed book, six of them from the one and only Khalil
Amazing.
Amani,
And here's the thing
I
about, yeah, here's the thing about Khalil is like he's a living legend. If you want to know
absolutely,
anything about
he's
hip
a
hop,
national treasure.
right. So he's a lot like Uncle Black, Meshach Black. So, even though he may not know that everyone knows who he is. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And so
That's right.
when he added me with a video, I'm like, he knows who I am. What in the heck? Like, is that my channel name?
It was
Under
Khalil
Khalil
that told,
Armani?
yes, it was Khalil that seen your video and told
Wow.
Israel that his his interview was canceled.
Oh my God, that's
It
how
was it was Khalil that told him that. Like, I don't know if you had an opportunity to tell him or not, but Khalil told him that, hey, your interview's canceled.
No,
And
they
so
just
then all of
found
a sudden he
out.
started
Yeah.
accusing Khalil of trying to murder you and threatening you and all this weird stuff. It was just
Wait,
really,
wait, no, 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 no. This is,
I
I got to
swear.
get back to that part. Literally, he said that you and Khalil threatened to unalive me. Are you
Yes.
serious?
I on my
Oh
mother.
my God.
He said that we threatened your life. He said that we
Wow.
threatened to murder you. First it was Khalil. And then all of a sudden, this past week, he's
Wow.
now blaming it on me. And I do have a screen recording of this. And, I figured I'd talk to you about it when I seen you. But yeah, like he literally said that I threatened your life. And I'm like, I
Wow.
haven't even talked to her in that manner. What is he talking about? And here's
Okay,
Khalil
okay.
in the chat. He's saying facts.
Wow.
It
Okay,
really
let me say
happened.
let me say this. What most people don't know is that many content creators, we know each other. We've known
Right.
each other. You see what I'm saying? Some we've known for 5, 10 years. Others we've known for a year. Others, you know what I'm saying. So we know of each other.
Hmm.
And so it is shocking for some people to realize, wait a minute, how does she know Leak You? Oh, they must be working together. Oh, they must be.
Right.
No, everybody, the content creators can tell you, oh, we know Mama Global. We know Mama
Hmm.
Global. Oh, we know Mama Global. Oh, yeah, yeah. Is
Well, they
that
try
Global
to demote
Empire?
me. They try to demote me, Mama Global. They try to make it seem as though nobody knows me, like I'm a nobody. They don't acknowledge that there's a
Wow.
lot of people that know me. I mean, for goodness sakes, I've done vlogs with celebrities. I've did documentaries on
Yes.
Donald Trump. I've done a lot, and I've been vlogging since my 20s, since I was like
And
23, 24, in written form and now in video.
you
So
know,
a lot of
it
people
was
know me all over the world.
it was an honor, literally. I'm so used to being the interviewer. And so when I was offered to be the interviewee, I was so honored because I said, do people like, this is LeakYou, guys. Oh my God, this is LeakYou. Like me, little old me.
Oh,
So
yes.
it was such an honor. Like I've just been
Thank you.
like I was up. I thought it was an hour earlier, and I'm setting my alarm, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Oh, okay, okay, it's not now, it's an hour from now. Okay, okay. It was like being a little kid all over again. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that is so flattering
Yeah,
to me. Oh my gosh. I mean, I get a
yeah,
lot of different reactions.
yeah.
And it's even happened to me when I've been in public. Like when I went down and did a trip down to the Caribbean, to the Bahamas one a couple years
Uh-huh.
ago, I was recognized and
Mhm,
it
mhm.
freaked me out. It freaked
Wait,
me out.
Lee. Do you know the first time I was recognized? I almost peed on myself. I kid you not. Let me tell you what happened.
I was
Some,
freaked out.
Sometimes you don't know that people all over the world are watching you. They know your mannerisms. They know you from a mile away.
That's
So I
right.
was I was I was going to a concert for an artist that I was promoting, right? And so I had stopped at a gas station, but it was like in the south, right? So I'm
Right.
from the north. This is in the south. So I'm like pumping gas, whatever. And someone runs up to me, hey, hey. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, this the South too? Oh shit. So, oh God, oh God, what? Like, and I was so nervous, and the artist thought that it was because of him, right? Because he was well known as well. So I'm like, yeah, what can I do for you? They're like, and this is when they had the CDs and they would go around giving the CDs out. He's like, could you please sign this? I'm like, oh, and so I'm handing it to the artist. He's like, no, Phoenix, you need to sign this. Oh my
Wow.
God. And he's going live. I'm with the Phoenix. Oh my God, Global Empire, at the time is Global Family. Global Family, oh my God. And I'm like, who are you? Why, like, how do you know me? Like, we watch you all the time. You're always
Yep.
live. Okay, listen, I need you to play my song. I'm like, what the heck just happened? It was so surreal, Meek. It
It
was so
is.
surreal.
When it happened to
Wow.
me, he was like, "Who are you? You must be someone important." And then he gets on the radio and then he starts asking me all these questions and about my vlogging and all
Wow.
this. And I'm like, and he's like, there are so many people on this island that watch you. Like, you just
Wow.
don't even
How
understand,
beautiful.
like, everyone's watching YouTube these days. And he was like, man, so many people watch you on our island. Everybody knows who you are. And I mean, they were so enamored.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know who it was, but somebody in upper government sent a personal car to pick me up, me and my mother, from a place where we had docked on a boat. They didn't let us
Yeah.
get back on with anyone else. They sent a personal car, and I was just like, this is the oddest thing I have ever had happen. But I still look at my stats and I still see that whole entire island watches me, even still to this day. So shout out to the Bahamas.
Shout
Much love to
out.
you guys. I will be back down there soon, I promise.
Wait, the Bahamas, my very first artist, and this is why I do not manage artists anymore. My very first artist was from the Bahamas, right? He
Wow.
he put me through hell. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm in a whole nother country. Like, oh my God. And I said since that time, but I did my thing with him, but I said I'm never ever going to manage an artist. I will promote artists, but managing, hell no, never
That's got to
again,
be a
because they are.
nightmare.
Oh my God. But it's so beautiful because now it's like everyone wants me to come to their country. Oh, please, please come here, come there, come there. But now I
Well, if you
know
ever need a
I,
travel buddy, hit me up
oh,
and
you
I'll pay
already
my own way.
know.
I mean,
Baby,
I'll
we're
pay my
about to
own way
hit the
for everything.
road. We're about to hit the road.
I
So
just got my passport too.
the last year I was able to travel, and that really hurt. And everyone knew that I was depressed because I lost my mother 6 months ago. But before
I'm
that,
sorry
I
to
had
hear
a
that.
thank you. I had a knee surgery, and they kind of screwed it up. So I was like so depressed all last year, and they're like, "So when do you come in? When do you travel?" Because used to me going on tour, you know what I'm saying? They're used to seeing me in different cities, whether it's for a civil rights march or whether it's for
Right.
concerts or so forth.
Right.
And so this whole year has, well, 2024, 2023 is all about the magazine, getting that
Mm.
established, getting it out there, and now it's so great because I'm actually promoting YouTubers now. So before it was
Mm-hmm.
just artists, and then we got into the movies, and then we got into
Yes.
the celebrities, and now we have upcoming edition. We have the beef sector. A few of the beef sector people will be in our magazine. So it's so nice that,
Amazing. Do you know who or
yeah.
can you say? Can you say who?
Well, I can tell you that Sin City Rap, she was in one.
Okay. Now she's
She's
more of
another
the
one.
Mo3 sector, right?
Yeah, Multi sector. Let's see, can't talk too much. So
Okay.
it's a lot,
Okay.
right? It's a lot of different sectors that we're going to be. Cam had
Amazing.
Yeah, Cam's his magazine because we always um, highlight one person on the cover. He has the January 2024 cover, and so
Go
that's going to
Cam.
that's going to be the boxing edition. So we're going to learn about
Ooh.
the
I need
what
to
is
see
it?
what I can do about getting up in this magazine. Gosh darn it.
Come on, you're gonna be in it. But this is another way for people to get because they tell me things that maybe they haven't told anyone else. And so
Absolutely.
I love, promoting and getting to know them on the back end. And there's sometimes they're so different than their personas on the
So
internet.
true.
And
Mm-hmm.
right, and we had Carbonation, of course. We've had them in there. We've had uh, Kaja. Kaja, she was our second cover, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
we talked about the cult, how she was trafficked as a little girl. She started out in her father's cult, but then she ended up with carbonation. So I had a lot of background history on her that no one even
Oh,
knew about.
wow. Oh, Mama Global, like every time you drop an issue, we got to get you over here to tell us about it. Like, we need to know, like, anytime after you
Oh,
drop it, I want you to come over, give us the
I
scoop. Like,
will.
you could
I
be like the
will.
scoop lady, right? That comes through for like 15 minutes, like once a week. You know how they do on the Breakfast Club, right? Come
Yeah,
through
I
15 minutes once a week. Give us
do.
the scoop on the Global Fire magazine and let us
I
know what you got going
will.
on. This is
I would be
incredible.
so honored. And our last edition, that was really beautiful. That was with Paul Anthony of Full Force. And so we learned about his cancer. A lot of people never knew that he fought cancer. He almost died. And so
Wow.
just, finding out so much of background history of, our people and the people that
Hmm.
I've interviewed, it is truly such a blessing. Oh my
Wow.
God. Yeah, but a
I
lot more to
pat you
come
on the
though.
back. I
Oh,
commend
I
you.
thank you.
Yeah,
I thank you so
it's
much.
good stuff. That is such good stuff. So
Wow.
tell me, what is in your
Hmm.
future as of right now? Like, do you have a 3-year plan, 5-year plan? Like, what are your goals moving forward? As you continue your transition into this new world of yours. Or should I
Well,
say this old world, right? But this world of
overall,
yours,
with a
so to
new
speak.
twist.
Yeah.
Well, actually, like I said, we have the International Global Fire, but we also have the Australian. We're going to start
Amazing.
the Motherland. That's called Alananem. That means motherland. So we're going to have a magazine strictly for Nigeria, Kenya, so on and so forth. So we've been
Awesome.
working behind the scenes a lot, a lot. So basically, I'm transitioning everyone from, my outlets over to magazines.
Wow. Are you hiring any writers or photographers or
Well, you know what?
any of that type of stuff?
I have a full staff, but
Okay.
yeah, but they can actually submit articles, if
Okay.
they'd like to do that, or
How
they
would
can
you submit
always
one?
our email,
Okay.
our email.
Do you know what the email address is?
Yes, it's Global Fire Mag MAG 2021 at gmail.com, and
Noted.
that's also for MP3s. If you have music, if you wanted to go on the radio stations, because we're also affiliated with a lot of different radio stations.
Wow.
So yeah, so I may play something on our station, and then some of the other stations may hear it and say, "Could you send that to me?" So I always tell,
Oh,
yeah, so I always tell everyone, make sure that you send an EPK with your MP3s, your social media links, so on and so forth. And of course, sometimes we do choose music artists to go into the magazine as well.
amazing. I may have to send you a written article maybe where we talk about the, disclosure and how
That would
that
be
looks right
so great.
now. That would, because everyone wants to
Yeah,
know about disclosure. And I think it's a topic that
yeah,
everyone in the world needs to know about it, at this
yes.
point. But, just a thought. But if you're interested, I'll sure write it up.
I would love that. And
Yeah.
this goes for Khalil as well, because I've been
Hey,
waiting on an
Lifted.
interview with him. Which lifted is that? I can't see the chat.
Say, oh, that is lifted. Let me put it up. Lifted. Shucks, I'm late. That's
Lifted, is that
okay.
lifted Bodhisattva?
Lifted with the what?
Lifted Bodhisattva.
I can't tell.
I don't, okay, if it is or if it's not, greetings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I put it up on the screen, but that's Lifted.
Okay.
Lifted's been here before. Lifted's been pretty cool. It's great to have you, Lifted, as always. We have had I mean, and she's like, hey, I'm late. So she was already looking forward to seeing you,
Aw.
Mama Global. I mean,
I know so many of the names, yeah.
everybody came through. All the moderators are here.
Oh, thank you
Subscribers are here. People
guys.
I haven't even seen in a long time. They want to know about Mama Global.
Wow, that is
And
an
so,
honor.
yes. And so,
Wow.
oh, she said, yeah, that's her. She said, it's me. Yes.
Hello, Lifted. How are you? I
Yep.
told you. I get around. I know some folks. I mean, from so many different content creators, I've met some really great people.
Absolutely. And you made it
Yeah.
over here to the Leak You community, which is amazing. Um,
Finally, yes.
Yes. Yes. It's so awesome to have you. The more, I'm going to continue to do more interviews,
Yes.
and things like I don't do any kind of crazy stuff on my Leak You main channel.
Mhm.
I want to do good, positive stuff. And of course, focus on true crime, paranormal,
Mhm.
disclosure, of course, but, I love and interviewing because I love to
Mhm.
meet different people around the
Yeah.
world regardless of what their stories are. I'm trying to get an
Mhm.
interview with Johann Fritz right now, who says that he was in the 20 and back program not once but twice, and served on Mars series.
Oh my
Um,
God.
oh yeah, very interesting guy. He said that he even killed a Draco reptilian at one point. So I want to
Wow.
get him on this show if I can, and and we'll see what happens. But those are the things that I'm aiming for,
I
Mama
I
Global.
I have one.
Thank you, Lifted.
I'm trying to keep it under wraps, but I can't because I'm trying to manifest it. But you remember the movie Stranger Things?
Oh, yes.
You remember there was a character called X?
Yes. Yes.
That was that was a real person, right?
Of course.
Okay.
I
I've
think I
got
know
her.
what you're about to
Yes,
say.
I have her phone number. She's feeling me out, and if it works, I'm gonna have her on the show, man. I
Oh,
cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh my God! Like I've been
oh,
like
wow.
literally, and this occurred because another content creator, they knew what I was about. They had been hearing, the things I believe in and so forth, and they said, "Hey, I know
Hey,
someone."
Jeanette.
And I said,
Wow.
"Who do you know?" They're like, "Oh, X." X. I said, "What? Are you? No, stop playing with me."
That's
And then I got
huge.
yes, I got the phone number, and she's very, very busy. I'll put it that way.
Sure.
But my God, like I just can't believe the stories. I mean, I can believe them, but you have to be in a frame of mind to know that these things are real. And so this is going to really freak me out. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? The powers that she has.
Wow. There are
Who?
things we know nothing about, Mama Global. I mean, there are things that
Exactly.
imagine going to the Grand Canyon, finding a cave, going inside the cave and seeing a whole different world.
My
Cars
God.
flying, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
There are so many stories out here that are so amazing that it's impossible for it not to be true. Hey, Lavina, you know,
Yeah.
um, but I look
Yeah.
forward to that. Please
Wait,
keep
wait,
us
wait.
posted.
I will. I want to tell you one thing as well. I knew that there were different realms. I always live by water. I have to live by water. Wherever I move,
Mm,
it has to be by water. I saw a portal open up,
I
right?
believe it.
In the middle of this lake, I saw a portal open up, and what I saw come out, I said, I know I'm not crazy, and I'm glad that you showed me this. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if someone wanted me to know what you've been thinking, what you've been seeing is real. And that's
Hmm.
like I said, what attracted me to your platform. I was like so timid to even, open my mouth about things because people think that you're
They think
insane
you're
at times.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
decided a long time ago if they're going to think I'm crazy, they are. But portals exist.
Yes, they
And we
do.
have perfected being able to go through portals. We can travel from here to Mars to Ceres in record time. We're not talking about
Yes.
months. We're talking about
Mhm.
seconds, 15 minutes.
Mhm.
There's so much out there that we just don't understand. And my goal is to expose this because it's for the public. We should be privy to all of this. Our tax dollars should not, do all this and then they hide it from us. It's not okay. So,
And you wait. I gotta tell you this too. As far as the higher ups, it like I said before, it all started on a military base.
mhm.
I cannot unsee what I saw. And so, that stayed with me all of my life. But it's sort of like veils have been falling off,
Mhm.
and the more you ask why, and that's what happened. I asked why. When I asked why, it was almost as if ancient secrets just started dropping, dropping, dropping about different planets, about how the body works, about numerology.
Like in your mind?
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Like
I've
I
heard that
started being
before. They're like
able.
downloads.
Yes, they are. I kid you not, Lee. I started like I never believed. I didn't even know about quantum physics, and then I
Mhm.
started being able to teach on it. I didn't know about numerology. Then I started to teach on it. Like all of this wisdom started coming. It wasn't just
Wow.
knowledge. It was wisdom because wisdom is different from knowledge.
Right.
Anyone can have knowledge, but you need wisdom as well in order to teach it.
That's
Because
right.
what good is telling time if you don't know what to do with that time? That's
That's
where
right.
wisdom comes in. And so I asked, just like Solomon and others before, give me wisdom. Give me wisdom.
Yes.
Wait until
Yes.
the 15th. Okay, But that's for another conversation. I can't wait to connect with you on another.
And we
Yeah.
will lift it. We will. Matter of fact, my plan is to have once a week a show where I do a panel. You know, I don't do panels very often, but my goal is to have a show on the paranormal, especially focusing on disclosure. And I want people to come up and talk to me and tell me whatever it is they want to tell me. We can talk about portals, stargates, quantum physics, Alcubierre warp drive, like any and everything, disclosure related, aliens, the different species of them, reptilians, shadow people. All right. Um, I want people to have an avenue where they can tell their stories. And there's some that have been abducted by aliens, but you know what?
Yes.
People don't believe them.
And
I
too,
believe
Lee,
them.
is that a lot of believers in a higher power or God, they're afraid to tell their truth. That they
Right.
also believe in other things because they don't know where the other things originate. A lot of times we've been taught that certain things are evil and bad. No,
Mm-hmm.
they're just different from what you've been taught. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once I, peeled off all the minutia and all the crap that comes with it, I started, I started studying, studying. Like
Absolutely.
I stayed and studied. If it was numerology, I needed to know what is the significance of the number three.
Mm.
I had to know, okay, 33. Okay, I need to know, okay, how does this relate? Where can I find this
12,
number?
you know,
Right,
9.
exactly.
Yeah.
11, 9. And so one of
Mm-hmm.
my channels is called 999, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, is anyone picking up on that? You know what I'm saying? But
The
like
very few and far between, believe me.
yeah, and people, they just assume that they know you because of what you show them. But this is the first time that I've ever been, besides my teaching, that I'm actually able and comfortable to say this is really who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Behind all of what you think I am, these are the things I really believe, and I can
Mm-hmm.
prove them. So I never make a statement that I can't prove. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
the same way. If I can't prove it,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, period.
Mama
I'm not going to lie on
Fifi.
people. Yeah, it's like, hey, real Mama
Yeah.
Fifi, hello.
Hey, baby. I've not seen her in so long. Hey, baby.
Yeah, she
I'm
comes
so
through once in
glad.
a while too. It's awesome. Everybody's
Wow.
coming through tonight because they want to hear what Mama Global's talking about tonight. So that is just amazing. I love it. I love it.
My Mama Fifi, she was a spitfire. I'm telling you, like you didn't know. You had to be careful with Mama Fifi. You say the wrong thing, baby.
Shh. I
Ooh.
know. Oh, believe me, I know. And shout out to VS Icon. She also came through earlier. She was one of
Ah.
the first here. Shout out to
Oh, I
her.
didn't see her. Hey,
Yep.
VS, what's
Shout out
happening,
to
baby?
VS.
She's been my mentor and Emmanuel Briggs. Peace. Miss Missouri.
VS
Peace.
has been killing it
Oh, I
over
see
there.
her. Let me tell you, I'm in her class.
Oh,
Say,
nice.
and for me to be in a class, like, whoa, but her
Hey,
wealth
let
of
me tell you
knowledge.
something.
Oh my
I've known
goodness.
VS for some years. We just got to get to knowing each other, but I've known about
Yeah.
VS for a long time. And if there's anybody who's serious about business, serious about making
Mm.
money,
Mm.
serious about this YouTube thing, you're in the right place, Mama Global. You
I
will
tell
learn.
you, I tell you what, we've been having so much fun with her new store, her boutique. We
I
have been having
love her
a
boutique, right?
oh my gosh, I'm gonna go broke. I'm literally gonna go broke. Like I've been taking snapshots of everything that I want, but I'm waiting because I have so many things, that I'm paying out for with the magazine and so forth. I'm like, okay, when I put in my order, it's gonna be stupid. I already
I'm
know
already
it.
eyeing something too in her boutique. I
Oh.
ain't even gonna lie. I'm eyeing something too. I am.
But
I
like
am.
I said, it's like people think that they
Let's support
know.
each other, right? Like it's all
Right.
about supporting each other.
And people think that they really know certain people because of, them being on social media, but it pays to get to know people, really know people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you're always going to agree with each other,
Exactly. And the first
you
time people
know?
disagree, then they hate And then,
Yeah.
that's how, especially how the beef sector works, which is why I would never be a part of it.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing me. I've been doing this for so many years. I've known about the beef sector for so many years upon years, ever since the pajama party that we had all those years ago.
Oh my God. But
You
they're
know,
so creative. Aren't they
yes,
creative? Oh my God, the
some.
games. And but one thing I do love is that, about going up, never being stagnated. When she created
Right.
the VS3 sector, I said, "Whoa,
I
that's a
loved
bold
it.
move."
It
Right,
was
that's
a
a
it was
bold
the proper
move.
move for her. She can do that though. And I
Yeah,
said it when she did it. And I had declared my own sector like a couple years ago, because when you
yeah,
get to a certain point, you got so much going on in your community. You can't keep up with all the other sectors. You can only do so much. So when she declared her own sector, I'm like, that's how you do it. That's how she's
that's it.
already went through the beef
Yeah,
sector. She's been there, done that.
right.
She went through that Mo3 sector like nobody's business, baby. She went through that sector like nobody's business, all right? And she's going to get another one. I have
Yeah,
full
and
faith in her.
one thing that I do appreciate is that, you know, like I always said, get to know people. If they're going to be in your cipher, if they're going to be in your tribe, or you're going
Yeah,
to be in their tribe, get to know them. If it
that's
does
right.
not work out, just move on. And that's what I do sometimes, is I just move on. You know what? Did not know VS Hat Boutique. Been offline a lot. Got to
Yep.
check it out.
She's got
Ah,
it. Check
yeah,
out her Instagram, and she's talked about it a little bit on YouTube, but she's got a whole boutique going on. And she's got it.
yeah.
She's doing it. VS
And
is doing it.
I love. I mean, not just VS, but I love those that have so much to offer, not just
Mhm.
stagnated. Like I,
Not
I
they don't
like
want to just
variety.
take. She doesn't want to just
Right.
take. She wants to give. She's not stagnant.
Yeah.
And VS gave me an opportunity of a lifetime when she gave me an opportunity to do a commercial for Gilbert Arenas, NBA
Oh
star.
wow, that was
The
yours.
fact Yes, yes. I made that commercial. She reached
Wow.
out and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Hell yes." And I jumped right on
Wow.
it. And for her to give me that opportunity, I will forever be grateful. And I've told her this. Um, to hear Gilbert Arenas say leak
My
you,
God.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God. But you know what,
"What?"
too? You know what, too? Is that there are some that only take, 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 take.
Yes. And there are
They
some that give,
never,
give, give, but you're right. Yep.
and they never reciprocate. And I
That's
watch
right.
how people move.
Mhm.
If I'm giving and giving and giving, but I'm not getting anything in return, that's telling me, okay, this was my role. I'm out of that role. Let me keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have to be careful with that, even in business. You know what I'm saying? A family. If there's a family member that's taking, 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 but they're never giving in return. You know what I'm
Ever.
saying? You have to watch out for those type of things.
And you
You
got to
know?
do that in your relationships too. Your relationships are give and take.
Mhm.
When you find yourself giving more than you are receiving,
Mm.
that is a toxic relationship, period.
Wow.
If you're giving more than what you're receiving in any relationship, there's a problem with
Mhm.
that. I will never be in a relationship ever
Mm.
again, because I've been there, where I'm giving more than I'm receiving, period.
Mm.
And That's just how I feel about it. I've learned so many lessons in my early
Mhm.
adult life. Maybe this is a new transition for me now that I'm in my 40s. Maybe I'll
Mhm.
get married again one day. I don't know. First, I got to
Mhm.
find a boyfriend though. I
Right.
got to I
Right.
got to get a decent guy. And it's not like people don't come and talk to me or try to talk to me all the time. It's just that
Mhm.
99.99999% of the time I'm like, nope, nope,
Mhm.
nope.
Mhm.
Because it's
Mhm.
like, I don't, there's just different things about people that it's like, if I wanted to be in the same position or with someone, I would still would be
Mhm.
with my ex. You know what I mean? I want a real man. a good man, someone who's caring, and I don't care what he does for a living. He could work at McDonald's for all I care. I just want to be loved genuinely, and I want to love genuinely. And I want to. First off, that person needs to be my friend first and foremost. I want to
Yeah.
be friends first and foremost. I'm not one that's going to push up on a man. I'm not even going to tell the man I like him. Now, hopefully, he may figure it out if I'm like looking at him or or whatever. Maybe he'll figure it out. But I'm not one that's out like that. I'm pretty shy. I'm pretty
You
doggone
know,
shy.
there was a couple, and they were, I think, in their 70s, close to 80s. And someone asked them, because they had been married for over 50 years, someone asked, what is the key to having a long term relationship? And you know what the husband said?
What'd he say?
He said, finding someone that can put up with your BS and they can put up with yours. You're not always going to be in love. I mean, you're not always going to be in lust.
That's right. That
Sometimes
lust ends
you
after the first few years.
right. Sometimes you're gonna really despise that person.
That's right.
But if you cannot imagine your life without that person, that is the one.
That is the one. And
That is the one.
I feel like a woman is a man's backbone and a man is a woman's backbone. And, it just takes a certain vibe between them. And I think that's why being friends first and foremost is the most important aspect to it. You just
And
naturally fall in
right?
love.
And
But
no matter who you love, I don't care who you love, as long as it's genuine, as long
that's
as you
right.
have a great foundation.
Someone's
It
not trying to
starts with
use you.
right. It's a great foundation. If you build your relationship on what can that person do for me, it's going to fail. But if you
Oh,
go into a
yeah.
relationship saying, what can we do for each other? And how
Exactly.
can I
What can
make
we
you
build together?
you remember the song, I'm good all by myself, but I'm a force when we're together?
Yes.
That
Yes.
is so
It's
true.
true.
Even in my relationship, I'll be okay. But when I'm with you, you make me better.
That's right.
I may be upset at the way you try to make me better, but you force me to be a better me. I force
Yes.
you to be a better you because we're
Yes.
not going to allow each other to fail. But if we fail, we're gonna be there together and we're gonna
To
ride it
pick
out.
each other up.
There you go. There you
Absolutely.
go. And I'm gonna
Maybe
be
one
60.
day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 60 next month. So I've learned a
Woman,
few
you don't
things
look
along the
nothing even
way.
close. Girl, stop. Stop.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. No,
No.
I'm
No, you're
so
not.
serious. No, I'm so
No.
serious. It's genetics. It is literally. It's like
She
the
don't look
Benjamin
nothing
Buttons.
like 60. She looks more like 42, 43.
It's the
Beautiful.
Benjamin Buttons. People are always saying like, "What are you taking? Do you have plastic surgery?" No, this is me. It's genetics, but
We
also,
know you don't have plastic surgery because you would look like cats like everyone else because all the
yeah,
surgeons copy each other's style.
I
Wow.
blame
No, you
I
don't
blame it
look
on
anything
my
close to 60.
I blame it on my mom. I blame it on my natural father. I mean, it's like people say, "Well, what are you? You just look strange. Like we can't figure it out." Well, I tell everyone, my mother, she is half melanated and half, Caucasian. My father, my natural father, is Italian. You see what I'm saying? Mixed
Wow.
with right Italian mixed with black. So, and I say,
Nice.
well, what am I? I am a mixture of all of my substances. They created something wonderful. So I don't put myself in a category, but I
That's right.
do resonate with the melanated community. You know what I'm saying?
How
That's
can
who
you
I
not?
can
It's in your blood.
exactly, and it's in basically all of our blood.
It's the
It just
same for
depends on
me.
yeah. Mhm.
They may call me white lady, but it's only 50%, only my mama. But my mama had a lot mixed in her too, including Indian. So, they forget about the Indian part. I'm like
Yeah.
30% Indian from my mom's side. But yeah, like my dad was darker than the darkest night.
Yeah.
RIP to my daddy Chuck.
Bless
Yep,
his soul.
he was the
And
best.
it's so funny because the very first time I realized that that my daughter was going to have a little difficult time. She has blue eyes, and she was born very white, and her father is very dark, but it's genetics. And so I
Oh
remember
yeah.
I remember laughing at my sister when she had a blonde haired, green eyed baby. And I'm like, okay, who's the dad? Just tell the truth. And then when I had my daughter, I was so shocked when she opened her eyes for the first time. I said, whose daughter is this? This is not mine. Go get my daughter. But then I realized it came from, it skips generations. And so the
It
very first
does.
time, yeah, I had to explain to my daughter when she was about 6 because people asked her, why are you different? And there was a bad story that went along at school she went through, and I had to make her watch Imitation of Life when she got older. Then she
Wow.
realized, and I said, don't ever let anyone think that there is no melanated in you. Let people know from the gate if you have children, if you get married, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna let them know your baby may be melanated. So get ready. Just because I have blue eyes and I'm white, and so no. So and she knows who she is. She's
Mm-hmm.
confident in who she is. My granddaughters, they have blue eyes, so very white. So, but they know, and sometimes they'll ask me, "Well, how did this happen? How are you black, grandma? And why are we white and so on and so forth." So I explained to them about genetics and so forth. I said, you always be proud of what you were created to be.
That's
Oh, that is
right.
mine too. The old one, not the new one, but the older one, the very first one, Imitation of Life. And when
That's
I saw
right.
it, and when my mother saw it, she fell into tears because my mom is very, very white, very white. So
Wow.
when she was younger, she went through the same thing. Like, who am I? Where do I fit in?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fit in anywhere. And that's the way I felt as a young girl. I didn't fit in with my melanated friends. I didn't fit in with my white friends. I was always the in between. And
Yep.
so I took a lot of ridicule, a lot of name
Mm-hmm.
calling, high yellow. Oh, and people used to put gum in my hair because my hair was down my back. And,
Oh,
and
I can
they would
relate.
literally, ridiculous.
Oh,
How,
I used to be called the burnt. They burnt me in the oven too long. I was dragged in the mud on
wow.
the way to school. I went to one of the only schools, well, the only elementary school in this state in town. There was no black people. Me and my sister were the only kids with a lick of black in us. I
Oh,
had
my
to meet
goodness.
with my counselor weekly to deal
Yeah.
with the bullying, and my mother had to send me to Maryland for a summer so that I could meet
Mhm.
the black side of my family. I came back
Mhm.
from that vacation
Mhm.
knocking people out. Oh, you
Yeah.
called me a nigger?
Mhm.
Pow! I mean,
Mhm.
and then my daddy moved us up out of there. My stepdaddy moved us away from there at the end of the year. Like he was not no more
I
because
went
I was,
to I
I was not having it no more.
I went to a school, and it was 99% Caucasian. And I asked my mother, why did you put me in this school? I hate it here. Like being called N-word in the 80s now, in the 80s was nothing. And they would ask us, like, what do you eat? People eat for dinner. Or what do you do this?
Yep.
I'm like, are you serious? And my mother
Yep.
told me then, she said, if you can hold your head up in that school, you will be able to cross this planet and hold your head up and be proud of the woman that you are. She said, I could very easily put you in a school with all melody children. She said, but I want you to get so tough in this world.
You'll know how
And
to
that's
handle
what
them when you're an
happened.
adult.
Exactly. I got so
Mm-hmm.
tough. I needed that. I needed that. And I begged to go to a public school. No, no, no. Put me with my people. I came back after one semester because
Wow.
I wasn't being pushed. I wasn't being attacked. So even on the internet, when I'm attacked now, it comes with the territory. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
take right.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't you can't ruin me anymore. I've
Mm-mm.
built something. I've established something. My
It be
family
those
is
that haven't
good.
built anything and haven't established anything that love to attack. Period.
Exactly.
It'd be those
Exactly.
bums that want to attack all the time. Period.
But one
But
thing I learned, though, I'm sorry, one thing I've learned, Leak, is we cannot keep giving them shine.
you're right.
That's what I learned. Is that is what they want. They want this attention from someone that has done something. So a lot of times I'll just ignore it and laugh and say, okay, whatever you say, okay, I'll be that. Okay, whatever. But I
That's
know who
something
I
I
am.
gotta work on because
Yeah.
I will slap a bitch virtually. I'm sorry, I'm
Mhm.
trying so
Mhm.
hard not to curse. I will slap a scummy bum virtually in a heartbeat, but I'm getting better with it. I've
Yeah.
went through cleaning up my channels, getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm about there with you to where the
Yeah.
ignore, it's like there's nothing else to talk about, especially with Israel doctrine and that
Yeah.
meth head trash box child abusing queen of his.
Mhm.
There. What else can I say? Like, it is what it is until you
Right.
answer to some of the accusations. I don't have nothing else to say to you. Like, I'm not going to
And,
keep
and
going
and
on and on and on and on. And you act like you can't hear.
here's the thing too. And one of my queen mothers, we have queen mothers in the revolution, and they told me, "Do you know these are distractions? Do you know that
Right.
every time you go to war with someone that is not on your level, that they are distracting you from your purpose on this planet? So you
Mm-hmm.
can keep getting tied up in bullshit, or you can do what you're supposed to be doing on this planet.
That's
So
right.
every time you do a live, every time you go at someone, they won.
Which means
They
that
won.
I'm winning because they've been going at me for like a week straight. I mean, it's so ridiculous. So I'm winning. But if I decide to go back or hit them back,
I
that
made, yeah,
theory.
I made the comment,
Yeah, and I mean that theory is
a snide
correct,
comment.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I may make a snide comment, but you're not going to see me. And I used to back in the day. And VS caught that. She said, "Yeah, I heard about you. You used to be a hell raiser. I mean, you used to go to war."
I
But,
know
you
I
know,
am. People know people like to like avoid me like the plague because they know
yeah.
if I get my hands on something, if you offend me in any way, and
Mhm.
I will find out everything about you, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your
Mhm.
grandmama, your grandpappy, 3 lines removed. I'll find out if you, girl. So that's why I'm like, I really don't want to go there. I want to continue to do my content and I want to
Yeah.
stay I want to stay away from confrontation with people and I want to focus on topics only. And that's
And
my plan moving forward.
that's why you're respected, not because of the beefing, but because of your content. That's why people come to you. They
Right.
and I've told content creators, we don't even care about all that mess. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like
Yeah.
what else? Come on. And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of times you'll see me just, gradually just go about my way because it becomes redundant after a while.
Right.
Like this is not all I'm interested in. I don't
Mhm.
care about all of this,
And I'm
and
not
I'll
even interested in it and I'm talking about it and even I get bored. It's like why do I have
exactly.
to keep responding to this nonsense? I don't have to, but it's like the lies and then it gets to the point where
Yeah.
really nobody's watching them. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. And at the end of the day, I don't care. Do you? But
Yeah.
I'm with you, Mama Global. You
Yeah.
know, I'm definitely moving in that direction. You can kind of
Yeah.
tell because I haven't really
Oh
been
yeah.
publishing too much lately. I maybe did have a little spurt the last couple of days, but before, I'm going to go right back to where I was before, straight ignoring them. But
Exactly.
if I hear Israel Doctrine talk about watching CP, I will expose
Mhm.
him for that, period. That's
Right.
something that the
Right.
world needs to know about. Just,
Exactly. I
you know.
understand that point. I do understand that
But you're
point.
right. You're
Yeah.
100% right. And so
Yeah.
that's advice that I'm going to take. And
Mhm.
I appreciate that because you're right. I mean, how could
Anytime.
I argue with that, right?
Anytime. Anytime. That's
Oh
why
my
I'm here.
God, Mama Global. Oh my God, we've been talking. It's almost 2 hours. I
Oh my
have
God.
enjoyed Okay. We got to have you back again, period.
Yes,
You've
indeed.
got to come back.
Anytime.
This wasn't long enough. I want you to come back. Maybe we can do something in a week or so.
Sure.
If you're free, you just let me know. You've got my contact info.
Yes,
But
indeed.
it has been an honor to have
I
you on the
thank
show.
you. I thank
And
you.
you are absolutely amazing.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for coming up. I want you to make sure to drop all of your contact information in the chat. I want to put it
Yes,
into the
indeed.
description of the video.
Mhm.
And I look forward to doing a part 2 with you. I'd like to have you up again very, very
Mhm.
soon.
Thank you so much. I thank you, and I will give you updates on some of the cases that I've been
I
working with.
can't
Yes,
wait.
indeed. Yes,
Not that
indeed.
I
I
don't
love
watch you
you.
every day anyway. Like, I love you to pieces too. Like, I'm literally watching your channel every day. I just started commenting, I know, but I've been watching you for months.
I'm rarely live now. I mean, I'm
But
so busy.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but
I
but you
feel
know what?
you.
It's very simple. All you have to do, you guys, is look for Global Empire ET. You can find it on the radio, YouTube, everywhere,
Yeah,
all places. Just look for that name. It's just that simple.
I will be. I will be. And this is going to go up on Spotify, right?
Oh, wonderful. Hey,
Oh,
Spotify,
yes.
my people. And
It's
I'm
going to
there
go
too,
up on,
Global Empire
yes.
ET on Spotify, Apple, Google,
Yep.
everywhere. Yeah,
That's
our
right.
radio shows are there.
That's
Yeah.
why I haven't played
Thank
any
you so
copyright
much.
music or,
Mhm.
anything like that because I wanted to make sure this interview went up because I want to introduce you to, a big audience. And so,
Thank you so
um,
much.
definitely, I look forward to having you back, Mama Global.
Thank
I
you.
really,
I
really do.
anytime.
All
Anytime.
right. Hey, thank you for coming up. I really appreciate you so, so much. We will talk soon.
um, all right. I
All
love you
right,
and thank
babe.
you so much,
Love you, babe.
guys.
Good to
Have a
have
good
you.
evening. Bye bye, folks.
Bye. Wow, what an amazing interview with Mama Global from Global Entertainment Enterprise. I and she was so easy to work with to get the interview going, and she's so pleasant to have an interview with and to get to know her and what she's all about. And I feel like I know so much more about her now. And so we will, I promise, have Mama Global back up for a part 2. I had a blast speaking with her. It was supposed to be an hour long, and look, we're at almost 2 hours because when you have a good vibe with someone, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. So, anyway, guys, thank you to everyone that came out. And Global Empire says thank you as well to everyone that came through. Shout out to all of you in the chat. I called you out as you all came in. You are what makes the LeakYou.com platform pop the way you do. You are my audience, and I appreciate you guys. And we are going to continue to grow, guys. We are. There's many that want to take me down for their variety of different reasons. But you know what? I think every human being has haters in this world. And so I am working on trying to better myself, thinking on things, on how I want to like rededicate my life to really positive, good things to the Lord. And thinking about even getting baptized, I'm in a different mindset right now. And my actions will start showing that in due time, guys. I'm making changes. There's been a lot that's happened for me this year, and I want to make changes for the better. So, anyway, guys, I just want to say thanks. Shout out to the LeakYou community. Shout out to all the moderators in the building. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to the chat. I love y'all so much. You guys are everything to me. You make me, like I said, who I am. But before we get up out of here, allow me to pay a few bills if you don't mind. Shout out to the LeakYou community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
please hit the like. Thank you.
Looks like you lost another one.
All right, guys. And thanks to those of you that loved the interview. I see your comments. It was a fantastic interview. Listen, guys, I will be back. I don't think I'm going to come back tonight. I know I scheduled some lives to do tonight. I know I pushed it off all weekend. But frankly, guys, I want to chillax tonight. And I wanted to savor all my energy for Mama Global. And so I'm going to reschedule the lives that I have scheduled. For starters, Ring is offering $1 million if you can find proof on their cameras that there is extraterrestrial existence. Also, I scheduled a second live as well. I just, guys, it's Sunday. I want to chillax. Now, if I'm feeling so later tonight, I may come on. But let me tell you, what LeakYou is about to do is I'm about to put on a jacket, and I'm going outside, and I'm going to sit in front of my fire pit, and I'm going to watch my iPad. I'm going to relax, okay? It's been a long day. I've been decorating stuff. I've been cleaning up. When I got home from church, I started cleaning up. I've been cleaning. And so I've got so much more to do, but I'm getting there. And so I just want to relax the rest of the night, especially after such an amazing interview like that. I want to process it, think it through. I had a fantastic time with Mama Global. It is great having Mama Global over here in the LeakYou community. And again, you heard it from her. Neither myself nor Khalil Amani threatened her life. She made a decision based off what Israel Doctrine said out of his mouth. He just can't accept it. Anyway, guys, I will see you when I see you. Until next time.
The judgment sentence that you are an asshole. The trial is over. Thank you, everybody.
Let's play a game. You have 10 seconds to take all your stuff and get out of my life. 10, 9, 8.
God bless you, motherfucker.
You're really smart. Like really smart like I am.